All right, guys, let's check out this clip.
I remember when I was in my late 20s and early 30s, utterly freaking out about my love life. Because at that point, I had a successful business, I had achieved financial like abundance, I was retired, I was living like the best life. Like literally everything was perfect except my dating situation. And that has been a thorn at my side ever since I was 21 years old. 10 solid years of shitty dating in New York City. And so by the age of 31, I was so fed up during COVID that I basically gave up and said, I'm going to move out of New York City. I'm just so freaking tired of dating in New York City. And this is very common where you're just like, the city is the problem. The city is the problem. It's not me. It's not the people. It's just the city. If I move cities, things will change because culturally, a different city is going to be totally different, which I think is kind of delusional. There's no guarantee that a different city is going to yield different dating results, right? So I don't know. At the time, I had given up on dating. And so, if there is one piece of advice I can really give somebody, if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're freaking out about the whole dating thing, is just to keep making money. And I know that sounds really weird because it's like, what does that have to do with dating? Keep making money because money gives you options. And I don't think too many people really understand what I mean when I say that. So I'm going to say it again. Money gives you options. When you have money, when you're successful, you have choice to stay single and to not settle with bullshit. Because if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're financially suffering, you will be forced to date somebody awful in order to make ends meet, in order to have a roof over your head. Wouldn't it be better to get a roommate at the late 20s, early 30s? It's better to do it with a husband or future husband or boyfriend or significant other or whatever. And this is the problem. So if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're financially screwed, say goodbye to choice. You will be forced to financially depend on someone else in order to offset your bad financial situation. So before you marry yourself out or consider yourself marriage material, you're not going to be prime marriage material because you don't have your shit straight. Like, you don't have your finances in order. You don't have your career sorted out. If you don't have these basic Maslow's hierarchy of needs met, where you're financially stable, where you have a stable career, you will not be able to attract a good mate. Because why? Good mates have options too. They can date someone who has money and a successful career and a good head on their shoulders. They have that choice, especially if you're a heterosexual woman looking for a desirable heterosexual man. Those heterosexual men have a lot of choices. So my best advice to you, if you're in your late 20s, early 30s as a single woman and you want to find a good husband, get your shit straight. Once your shit is straight, it's easy to find a partner because when they come, and they will come, you'll be ready and you'll be very, very desirable. I remember when I
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What is shitty advice? In my opinion, what's shitty advice? It sounds like she's giving advice to men, right? Because here's the thing, and I want to clarify it. Well, let's break it down first, right? We'll break it down.
was in my late 20s and early 30s, utterly freaking out about my love life. Because at that point, I had a successful business, I had achieved financial like abundance, I was retired, I was living like the best life. Like literally everything was perfect.
Here's the thing. It's great. It's great that she's achieved financial and career success. Amazing for her. But that shows you what's your priority. You sacrifice success with finding a man or success in creating financial and career happiness. Great. But again, you picked your poison, right? You picked your path. this is the thing with a lot of women. They think they can have it all. They really think that they can have it all. Okay? They think that they can have a great career, great level of finances, a great husband, a great family, a great life. They think that they can have a great life. Here's the thing where not even men can do it. A lot of men where, okay, they achieve great financial success. Great. They find a good wife. Okay, cool. They have kids, but you sacrifice the time with your kids, the time with your wife to pursue a level of financial abundance, right? Or you, because it happens both ways, right? It happens both ways where you choose the path. Nothing's going to be perfect, right? A lot of times men will have to sacrifice the level of success in a certain area to offset a good amount of success in another area, right? Where he's not looking to be 7-figure, 8-figure man so he could have time with his kids and wife. That's just how it is. But if you sacrifice your early years to pursue that high level of financial success, cool, but don't expect success in any other areas. Don't. So really, this is the thing where when my daughter reaches a certain age, I'm going to tell her, pick your path, right? If you are so lucky, you maybe have it all, right? You maybe have, well, let's listen to this, right? My sister, she has a great husband, great family, mediocre job, career kind of, but she likes it, right? She likes her job. It's not really a career because she went to be a doctor and she's working as a secretary, right? A PhD, now she's a secretary, but she likes it. She likes the job, and her family is amazing. Amazing husband, amazing kids. So really, it's like, honestly, you can't have it all. You can't. I guarantee you, if she had pursued the life of trying to be the best, I don't know, a high-level doctor, she would have sacrificed her time with her husband and her kids. I guarantee that. She would not have the relationship she does with like she does now with her kids if she had went pursuing, right, the becoming a doctor. Hell, she may not even have the 2 other kids that she had, all right? She may not have. So that's the sacrifice women have to understand. You can't have it all.
Accept my dating situation. And that has been a thorn at my side ever since I was 21 years old.
Here's the thing. Stop making a thorn on your side. Be single. Make your money. Continue making your money. Continue living the best life you can as a single woman. Travel, do hobbies, do whatever. Get out of the dating market. Get out of it, right? Stop thinking about it. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, continue with the happiness of your single. Because again, I'm a big supporter of women like this. You put men at the bottom of your priority list. Keep that energy, right? Keep that energy. Just stay single, right? Buy a dog, buy a cat, and die alone, right? With your monies, right? With your money, your hobbies, your traveling, but die alone, right? With your pets, which is cool. That's fine, right? It is what it is. So I'm all for women like this that put men at the bottom of their priority list to just stay single. Because here's the thing, let me tell you this. Women with this, we'll talk about it, right? The expectation, the thinking they're settling, all the standards, they will only make a man's life hard. They will only make a man's life miserable, in my opinion.
Solid years of shitty dating in New York City. And so by the age of 31, I was so fed up during COVID that I basically gave up and said, I'm going to move out of New York City. I'm just so freaking tired of dating in New York City. And this is very common where you're just like, the city is the problem. The city is the problem. It's not me. It's not the people. It's just the city. If I move cities, things will change because culturally, a different city is going to be totally different, which I think is kind of delusional. There's no guarantee that a different city is going to yield different dating results.
It is delusional. May help, but at the end of the day, you are the common denominator. You are the reason why, okay? In a city of hundreds of thousands of people of the opposite gender, you can't even find one. Yes, if you move to a city, will there be maybe different types of men? But again, a city of hundreds of thousands, there are a wide range of men. The problem is that you didn't want those men. So you go into another city, you think that you would still now magically you will want these men? No. Now, the chances of like maybe you go to a different city where the men that you do want may want you, that could happen. But again, at the end of the day, it's you who are the common denominator, right? The problems that you are having in this city doesn't necessarily, like she said, doesn't guarantee that those problems be fixed in another city because again, you are still you. Like I said, the chances maybe be different, right? The men that you are attracted to in, let's say, New York City, they weren't attracted to you, but maybe the men you're attracted to in, let's say, Jersey, they may be attracted to. Yeah, maybe. But, it doesn't necessarily, it's not a guarantee, okay? Because here's the thing, right? If you were, let's say, if I'm attracted to men with only 6 foot and above, right? Small pool of men. Small pool of men. So, in NYC, New York City, if I'm attracted to tall ass men in New York City, okay, that small pool of men, let me go to another city that also have a small pool of tall men. That doesn't necessarily up my chances, okay? It may give me a lucky shot of, you know what, maybe there's a man that's 6 foot and above in this city that may like me because there weren't any that like me in New York City. Maybe, yeah. But again, you go from a small pool of men to another small pool of men, it don't help, right? It don't help.
Right? So I don't know. At the time, I had given up on dating. And so, if there is one piece of advice I can really give somebody, if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're freaking out about the whole dating thing, it's just to keep making money. And I know that sounds really.
This is the thing, right? Here, this is the thing where there was a comment, right? Money also gives you access to do hobbies you enjoy, like golf, travel, pickleball, marathons, etc., and meet someone. You don't need money to do that stuff, right? Yes, maybe pickleball or tennis, you buy equipment, but you can buy that on the cheap, right? You don't need a lot of money to do a marathon, if any, right? To run, you don't need the money to run. Now, to travel, are you really meeting your soulmate while you're traveling to another country? I don't think so. And here's the thing with women: a rich woman going to another country doesn't. I'm doubtful she's meeting a man that loves her for her. Okay, golf. Hmm, I mean, I guess golf is a rich person sport, but I mean, you really don't need a lot of money to meet new people. You don't. Okay. Hell, you walk around a city, you see new people constantly, right? And there's plenty of sports or travel. You can. It's like you don't need a lot of money to travel. You don't. So really, this is the thing. With women like this, right? Keep making money. That doesn't increase your attraction level to the men you want. Now, what she's going to talk about what her view when making money is, but I've said this: money is like what? It doesn't. It really is not. keep on making money will only, what honestly, when keep on focusing on your career will only deter men relationship toward two men, right? Because again, yes, making money, but that essentially is focusing on your career. Continuously focus on your career, and then what? Right? You're making money while you're working, right? It's not like money just suddenly build up in the back of in your house out of nowhere. No, you have to continuously work for that money. So honestly, it doesn't. It's gonna take your time, right? It's taking your time away. So really, you're constantly focused on making money. Well, you're not gonna have time for men. And again, this mindset of constantly making money, not necessarily, it's like you have to have certain characteristics to focus on making money.
Really weird because it's like, what does that have to do with dating? Keep making money because money gives you options. And I don't think too many people really understand.
See, this is the thing, right? She's going to say her options, what those options is, but honestly, the idea like for men, money does open options for you in the sense that you have a wider range of women to choose from. A wider range of women to choose from. Now you can choose from women that don't care about your money to women that do care about money, right? From women that, you know what, are at a certain level of the tax bracket or women that are at the bottom, right? You have a wider range to choose from. And you have more abilities where, your money, you're using that money to peacock, right? To show off, to, entice, to, win women over and shit like that, right? To impress women. So you have that money, right? Money, you're using that money as a tool, right? To get to women. That's what money is, a tool to get to women. The options where now you have a wider dating pool. That's the thing, right? The true option of money is opening your dating pool. That's for men, not really for women. Because when it comes to money, actually, the more women makes, the smaller their pool is. Because again, women don't date men that makes less. So if she's making $1 million, she ain't dating a man that makes 100K. She's either dating a man that makes maybe close to 100 to $1 million to maybe more, right? To definitely more. So really, your pool actually shrinks because again, a woman that makes minimum wage, she can date a man that makes minimum wage or makes more. And there's a lot of men that makes minimum wage, right? That's the thing.
What I mean when I say that. So I'm going to say it again. Money gives you options. When you have money, when you're successful, you have choice to stay single and to not settle with bullshit.
That's her option. It's either now you have money so you can stay single and not settle, or you can keep searching. That's your option, right? That's your mindset. That's what I'm saying, right? It's like I said, the more money you make, you just become harder to deal with. And this, I've said this, right? As women age, they just become bigger red flags because life just makes you worse. Life just makes you bitter. Your standards gets worse. I mean, it gets harder, it gets higher, so essentially it gets worse. Your mindset gets, you just become harder to deal with. It's like not settle for bullshit. It's like serious. This is the thing. The whole not settle for bullshit. How about to be able to compromise? To understand that, you know what? Not everything is worth a fight. Not everything is worth a battle. Right? Not everything is like, not everyone is perfect. No, it's like, seriously, like, I don't mind being in a relationship where you could argue sometimes, right? Or where, you know what, you don't always agree. That happens. So really, the person is like, they don't have to be a carbon copy of you. for you to be happy. We have a lot of times we forget that. You know what? We are dating, we are marrying, we are being with people that are not you. Right? This is the thing where we gotta understand, right? You shouldn't, and you don't need to date someone who's exactly you. Then you might as well be by yourself, right? If you can't handle other people's bullshit because it's just too much, then you know what? You are better off on your own. Because again, nobody's perfect. A lot of times, this is the thing where honestly, women are poison. Where nothing is perfect, right? Sometimes you will have to deal with people's BS. That's just it. But I said this before, right? When it comes to relationships, dating, whatever, you collect red flags. What? Collect red flags? Oh, that sounds bad, right? But no, it's like the thing that no one's perfect. You collect red flags and you decide, you know what? Is this red flag too big for me to deal with? Or is there too many red flags that, you know what, I don't want to deal with? But having red flags does not mean automatically I don't want to be with you. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that, you know what? See that people aren't perfect. See that situation isn't perfect, which is fine. It should be. Like perfection is ridiculous. So expect red flags. See the red flags. And then determine if, you know what, these either the red flag is too big or there's too many red flags. And decide I can't do with this or not. Not just say that you settle with BS, settle with bullshit. No. Because again, there's gonna be plenty of bullshit in any relationship.
Because if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're financially suffering, you will be forced to date somebody awful in order to make ends meet.
It's like forced to forced to settle for someone so you can make ends meet. It's like that's your viewpoint of using somebody. It's like why not? It's like you can work a normal job, right, making 40, 50K, and then meet somebody where you know what you love. They treat you right. They treat you with respect, and they also make 40, 50K. Combined, you guys make 100K, right? 100K is a lot. I hate how people nowadays, right, deem 100K is not a lot. It's a lot, but it's not a lot because people live beyond their means, right? Choose apartments that are expensive. Choose houses that are expensive. You know, you can live one bedroom, one. It's like there are places, a floor, a room, whatever. You can live below your means. You can find happiness without traveling every effing month, every freaking year. You don't have to travel every freaking year. You can, you know what, let's take a road trip, right? Something like that. So you don't need to do extravagance. You don't need to go like crazy living, you know, comparing to, what is it? Living like the Jones. You don't. Right? You don't need designers. You don't need that shit. So if you live below your means, you're doing great. With 100K, you're doing great. Settling for, it's like making ends meet. You can work a normal job. And it's like all you need to do is right where you as a woman is making enough money where you're not struggling. Find a man that he's making enough money that he's not struggling. Combine, you guys should not be struggling at all, and you should actually be doing better, right?
In order to have a roof over your head, wouldn't it be better to get a roommate at the late 20s, early 30s? It's better to do it with a husband or future husband or boyfriend or significant other or whatever. And this is the problem. So if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're financially screwed, say goodbye to choice. You will be forced to financially depend on someone else in order to offset your bad financial situation. So before you marry yourself out or consider yourself marriage material, you're not going to be prime marriage material.
It's like, this is the thing, right? A woman with most likely a lot of money. Do you think she seems like marriage material to you? She don't. She seems insufferable. She seems bitter. She seems aggressive. combative. She's not prime marriage material. Definitely older. Youth is, not very there much. So this is the thing where you're not prime marriage material. It's like this is the thing where dependent on a man, where this is the thing where women make it so insane, right? I get it, right? You shouldn't be completely dependent on somebody just in case. I get it. But here's the thing where your fear of being dependent on somebody, you ain't gonna have nobody. And this is the thing where you don't have to, even if you're an average person, you don't have to be dependent on nobody. You don't. You can make, it's like I said, there are people that are making 50, 40, 50, 60K a year. They don't need to be dependent on anybody. So really it's just how you can make average money and just be financially smart. Where, you know what? My money's not going for me to going trips every year, every month, every other month. My money's not going for me to, going out every month, every year, whatever. It's like you can budget, it's like invest. It's like this is a thing where I make very minimum, right? I make like minimum wage. Yet my savings, my assets is pretty decent. Okay. And I guarantee you, here's a woman, I guarantee you she makes more than me, right? I guarantee you. But my assets are decent, right? I've sacrificed a lot, right? Going out, luxuries, all that shit. So I can put money into investments and my assets, right? So it's like I'm not dependent on nobody. That's the thing. Where you gotta also think where it's the power, right, of a unit, right, of two people making how much they make, combining their resources, combining their time, their effort.
Because you don't have your shit straight. Like, you don't have your finances in order. You don't have your career sorted out. If you don't have these big
Men are not going to be attracted to you, right? Because you have your career straight. Now, this is the thing. Do men want a woman that's a bum? No. Men, I would never say that, right? Do men want a woman that's a leech? No. But here's the thing. It is nice that it's good that you're working. It's nice that you have a career. But again, a career, a job, your money straight, you have finances. It don't make a man more attracted to you. Okay? It's like, oh my God, you know what? She's ugly, but you know what? Her finances straight. She has a career. She has a degree. You know what? She's gorgeous. No, right? Because honestly, he would have been attracted to you regardless if you have it or not. It's only like a bonus that you're not leeching off of him. Plain and simple, right? Men. I'm not. This is what I'm saying, right? I never say that men don't want you to have a job, a degree, a career, or whatever. It don't make you more attractive. Okay. What will make you more attractive, right? Would secure long-term relationship is not being bitter, not being combative. Not having an attitude, not thinking you're settling for somebody. There's more, right? She can like I said, right? She can make so much money. It don't make this woman more attractive than the next woman. It don't. So this is the thing where, great, that's why I said, right? Men don't care about your achievements, your careers, your degrees. They don't, right? It is nice to talk about. It's nice that you have it and you possibly don't leech off of him. But let's be honest, right? Women with jobs, careers, achieve crazy ass achievements, they still expect you to pay for dates. They still expect you to pay for shit, right? I don't know, gifts, trips, whatever. They still expect you to pay for things, right? To put in effort financially, pay for bills, pay for whatever. They still expect you to do it. So really, great that you're a lawyer. Great that you retired early. You're not paying for a man. That's what I'm saying, right? You're not paying for a man. You're not, going on a date with a man and paying for him. No. You're not paying for trips for him. You're not. So really, that's why it don't matter, right? It don't make you more attractive to him. Because at the end of the day, men know that, you know what, they still have to pay. They still have to contribute. And they still have to contribute more than you. Right? Like I said, it's not necessarily negative in the sense that it's great that you have a career. Hopefully you're not leeching off of him. But let's be honest, even women with careers, they still leech off of men. The lawyers still want a lawyer, right? Still want a man that makes a lot, equal to them or more. So because they're not going for a man that makes less than them. Because then they don't want the opportunity or the chance that they have to pay for shit.
Basic Maslow's hierarchy of needs met, where you're financially stable, where you have a stable career, you will not be able to attract a good mate. Because why? Good mates have options too.
No, that's not why you're not able to attract a good mate. It's just that, yes, they have good men have options, but that don't mean that you were an optimal option for him, right? It's not because he has options, right? It's because you're just not an optimal option for him. So this is the thing where women have to understand. I go back with the career, the job, the finances, right? That's great. Again, unless you are paying for him, right? You are taking him on trips, paying for dates, paying for presents, like using your money to impress him, to treat him well, whatever, then really it don't matter. Your finances don't make you more attractive, right? To be honest, when she was 21, that would have made her more attractive, right? When she was younger, would have made her more attractive to the men she wants, right? Because again, her youth, her less life experience, right? Because honestly, the bitterness, the entitlement, the ego, the mentality, right? The ideology. He'd rather you not have those. Right? He'd rather you not have those because again, you having those just makes you difficult. Makes you not really a great option to be with.
They can date someone who has money and a successful career and a good head on their shoulders. They
can. They can also date one that don't, right? That don't have a career, that don't have whatever, their head on the shoulders. Because again, let's say this: if a man is at a certain level, he can teach a woman. A woman's not going to teach a man. Right? They don't want to. I mean, they can. They don't want to because they're not going to date a man that's less than them anyway. A man can. A man can upgrade a woman. Women can't upgrade a man, right? Because they don't want to. Not because they can't. It's because they don't want to. While a man, he's fine with upgrading a woman, right? Turning a woman from, a pauper to a princess. A man can't. They ain't turning, no woman is turning a pauper to a king, right? Or a prince. They're not. It's either that prince, they turn that prince to push him to be a king, become a king. They ain't dealing with anything less.
Have that choice, especially if you're a heterosexual woman looking for a desirable heterosexual man. Those heterosexual men have a lot of choices. So my best advice to you, if you're in your late 20s, early 30s as a single woman, and you want to find a good husband, get your shit straight. Once your shit is straight, it's easy to find a partner because when they come, and they will come, you'll be ready. And you'll
getting your financial shit straight. I won't do shit. It's the mindset. Men only care about that, right? How you treat him, how you act around him, how you respect him, how you this is you having high level finances does not make him more desirable. Does not make you more desirable in his eyes. Okay? You being rich is great for you. Because again, you're not getting with a poor man. So really, he's at your level or better. So really, it means what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. In my opinion, bad advice. Bad advice. But no surprise where a single woman thinking that she's advising other single women how to get into a relationship when she has not even experienced that success. This is one of the reasons why I'm not here to advocate for. I'm not a relationship coach, right? I'm not telling you how you can get a woman. I'm not. That's not really me because again, what am I have to show for it? So that's why I'm not gonna. I think that's idiotic. Okay. Now, logic is logic, right? I may give you some logical, sound advice, but again, you know, hers is really not logical in my opinion. So I don't know. What do you guys think?